Okay, let's talk about the last type of gestural study that we're going to be using here in the drawing class, and that's called a sustained gesture. It basically means you have more time. So in a sustained gesture, it's the type of gesture drawing where the artist is indicating general information very rapidly, and then you spend a little bit more time putting in some of the specifics and the detail. So you have a lot more of these committed lines. You might have value rendering, shadow, cast shadows, details, facial features, things like that in your image. You might also put in spatial depth. So sustained gesture is able to specify direction, proportion, angles of the objects, forms, value, light source, any essential details, a sense of spatial depth to describe the subject. So here you can see they've got darker and heavier lines here and lighter and thinner and lighter ink wash as it goes back to show the values to create a spatial distance. Often in sustained gesture you have several different types of gestures that might be used in tandem with one another, such as these, which are using mass gesture but also using contour line gesture at the same time. And you see a lot of that happen in sustained gesture because you can put in a little bit more detail. So here let's look at the difference between a simple line gesture and a sustained gesture of a lion. Here is the gestural study, and you can see very quick, rapid movements. You can see the tail swishing. It even looks like this lion is probably killing whatever this animal is here. It definitely feels very rapid, very fast, and you're really looking at contour edge and a little bit of scribbling in here. Whereas with your sustained gesture, you're starting to get some very determined lines, committed lines in here. In places, you really feel the heavy weight of the turn of the head making the crease in the body. So you can see a little bit more value rendering. You're still doing a contour line, but you just have more information, more detail. Look at the whiskers that are here and the eyeballs. We're even seeing the iris in here and the edge of the ears. So this is a more sustained gesture. The big difference between sustained gestures and all other type of gestures is that sustained gestures basically uses a little bit more time. So it might use 3 to 5 minutes to get some of the information in. Usually not over that, because once you get into over 5 minutes, you're actually doing a study and no longer really is a gesture where you're trying to get movement and direction. And here's some examples of different sustained gestures. And that's about it. I'll see you in the next video.